Hey decorators, this is Kirk and this is AJ, and we're from Heat Transfer Warehouse. And today we're going to talk about troubleshooting issues. No matter if you're an expert or a beginner, you can always run into issues when you're obviously cutting, pressing, or weeding. And so we're going to talk about those three key issues today, so stick around for more. So AJ, talking about cutting, what can you tell me? I've heard a lot about test cutting. What can you talk about that?
So test cutting is very, very important when it comes to cutting new, different films that you're using or going back and forth from different products. Always test cut. What a test cut's gonna do for you is let you know if your pressure is correct, if your blade depth is correct, just to know that you're gonna get a good cut on all the different films you're using.
So if I obviously test cut Easy Weed and then I go to Easy Weed Glitter, or Caesar Glitter, should I just leave the same settings or do I have to change something?
No, those are the times where you're gonna say, leave your cutter what it is, go test cut your glitter. If you're moving from Caesar Easy Weed to glitter, go now cut your glitter with your cutter what it was set at, and then from there adjust. If you need more pressure, increase your pressure. If you need less speed or more speed, adjust that accordingly. So you're gonna do that just based on the little design that you're gonna cut is normally a square with a triangle cut in it. It's not wasting a lot of material or anything like that, but it's saving you from wasting a lot of material.
So another thing is, should I keep a fresh blade all the time?
Should always keep a fresh blade around. Blades are fairly inexpensive when it comes to vinyl cutting, and that's just part of your having a successful shop and making sure you have the right accessories and everything around to be successful.
So now AJ, we've cut our product and now we gotta move into the weeding part. What can you tell me there?
Well, as everyone knows, the weeding part of heat transfer vinyl is most time consuming. So to make that a little bit easier on you, what you're gonna run into is sometimes invisible cut lines, meaning on anything that you have with white. Some people say they see it on glitter, where you had a good cut, but you're not seeing the lines. So what's gonna help with that is having a good tabletop lamp or good lighting that you're doing this process in. Also using a weeding border, so you know that you can start to pick from the outside square and be able to weed your design without running into any other issues. Another thing that we've learned on the side of things from Caesar would be to put your material liner down on a warmed up heat press platen, and then from there that liner is going to release a little bit, so your weeding is just going to peel off just like butter.
Do we have to worry about getting that platen too hot?
Yeah, I wouldn't go any more than the heat application temperature that you're going to use for the material in the end.
Okay, so make sure it's not too hot but not too cool.
Correct.
And obviously you can see right here, here's some where the colors where the actual cut lines do show. So AJ, we're off, we've cut, we've weeded it, and now we're on to pressing. I heard that's the most important part.
Yes, the most important part of any application is following the application instructions. Though, no matter what, if you even think you know them with general time and temp that you've used for the last 2 months to 20 years, always follow the application instructions for the individual products. So you're gonna look for time, temp, pressure, and peeling temp. Some products are peel hot, some are peel cold, some are even peel warm. You just have to kind of figure out where that warm is at.
And the other factor is like, how about your garments? If I have like 100% polyester, do I want to make sure I check my temperature or something different on that?
Yep, so different materials will have different application instructions now for different 100% cottons, 100% polyesters, 50/50s, even nylon. So the new products that are coming into the industry right now have different application, time, temp, pressure, and everything for the different types of garments.
So key is read those application instructions and pay attention.
Read those application instructions. If you're buying material online, please refer to the website and just follow those, and then at least you're not going to run into issues. And if you do run into issues while you're following the instructions, at least then you know you've done everything right on your end.
So now talking about, we're going to layer. What should I look out for there?
Well, layering, when you're using the same product, really what you're going to do is a tack process. You're going to follow the instructions like you would for cutting, weeding, etc. And when your first layer is going down, you're going to press that for anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. And then from there, peel the liner off. And then when you press your final layer with a cover sheet, you're going to make sure to press that for the full allotted time.
So the key there being, and why would I want to do that? I mean, what's this value on that?
Well, really with layering, what you're going to get is that 2-color effect that people are looking for. You're going to kind of hit that next dynamic of just having more colors on a shirt. What you're going to run into possibly is when you're mixing different medias, you're not going to be able to do a layering process unless they say they can be layered. And that's where you're going to pay attention in the application instructions of a product to know if it can be a bottom layer, a top layer, or if it can be layered at all. If you're running into products that cannot be layered, you're going to run into something where you're going to do an inlay. So make sure everything is essentially touching the garment. So you're going to do full application process of each of these. It's not going to be in the layering instructions world. It's going to be full application instructions for each. And you remember, all those parts of that design are going to be touching the garment themselves.
AJ, now I got some other issues. Occasionally, stuff just falls off. So sometimes when the transfer's not sticking, what can I look for to make sure that I avoid those?
Again, go back to your application instructions, and then it's ultimately going to come down to making sure you do have the correct pressure. Not enough or too much, you're going to cause the adhesive to ooze out from the edge of the design. Too much heat, not enough heat, you're going to run into some issues there. And you might not even notice it right away when you press. It might be one of those things where it's going to be one of those haunting things that comes back 2 washes later that you really have. That's when you're going to see that it fails. It may look great right away, but it's down the road that you're going to see some things.
So following the instructions is important, but what happens if I see, like, it says peel cold? That's always scary to me.
Yeah, peeling cold is where the industry has moved in the last couple of years. Has been all peel warm or hot. So the peel cold to some people, and certain products have to be peeled cold. It seems very aggressive when you peel off that liner. Don't be worried about that. That's how that product is supposed to be applied, but just be open to know that when you peel that clear liner off, it's going to be very aggressive most times.
Occasionally, maybe we need to add something else if it's on an uneven surface. Where else would I go with it? Is there like an option for, make it more even?
Yeah, so we have Teflon pillows. That's what typically people are using. Really what that does is to get good pressure, is also to make sure you're not having a seam or a button or a zipper or anything in there. So what that pillow is going to do is go under your garment and really lift up and elevate your design. And that's where you're going to press and you're going to get the equal pressure right there.
The other thing I always people say is, if it's not quite sticking, they say more heat. Is that true?
No, it doesn't always mean more heat. You really got to look at, again, your pressure is really what it's coming into, and then also paying attention to how it's supposed to be peeled.
In recap, we've gone through all these troubleshooting techniques. Do not be afraid to take a risk and go out and buy that new material or try that new garment to press on. You'll be surprised what you can do with it, having a little bit of fun. So AJ, if I want to go out and obviously make sure I have my application instructions, but also try that new product, where am I going to find that stuff at?
You know exactly where to go. That's going to heattransferwarehouse.com. Under each different product has the application instructions for each of those. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give this video a thumbs up, and click on that bell to get notifications about new videos. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.